Hello, 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 everyone. Cynthia Toet, Miss Flip It, your Gypsy medicine woman here, going live for a surprise live. I have a guest here today that knows a lot about my hidden love story, so I thought I'd reveal some of the secrets that are hidden in it that has brought us here today. And Kathleen is here to help me share my story. So, and we're going to just be talking, and you're going to catch up on the story. And we'll see if anybody joins us live or not. Hello, Sunny. We're so happy to see you here. But we wanted to come on because I've been on this journey for about a year, maybe a little longer, but not much. But a year that has been really intense.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. It's been a long journey. And it's been about following these universal signs, the signs that are the universe is sharing with me, and I just happen to follow them.
Yeah. Ones that people might call coincidences, but there's no way in the world they could be coincidences. Much more than that.
It's definitely leading and guiding me. I think the universe actually plays with me because it knows that I'm going to follow the signs. They're going to say, what's she going to do next? What's she going to do next?
Yeah.
What's she going to do next?
They love your excitement.
Yeah, they do. They love the excitement that I'm going to show and share off back to the world. I'm not just going to go through the excitement of the universal sign. I'm going to follow through with it and share it with other people with joy, with excitement, with laughter and play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this has been going on so long that sometimes it's too much.
Nah. It's never too much. You like it.
I mean, not too much for me, but too
Oh.
much for me to share my story to other
yes.
people all in one breath, even all in one show. It would be way, way, way too much.
That's true.
So I guess, the beginning of time is I was on, I'm doing my work, and I'm getting online, and I'm looking online, and I see this person online that I just automatically go, oh, I need to be meeting this person because they're a healer, and I'm a healer, and they're doing some healing, and they need my help. Mm-hmm. So I actually, within 10 days of me actually seeing this person's post online, I got my car to drive down to their place of business. It was a long trip, like a 1,000-mile round trip. It was. But and my journey there was exciting. It was fun. And even when I got there, I'm at the door trying to see if I could get in because their business hours are like from 10 to 5, Mm-hmm. And on my way down there, I kept messaging them on Facebook that I'm on my way down, like they know me,
Almost there.
Almost there, yeah, that's right. You're funny. And then I got down there, and the doors were locked, and so I'm writing my note to why I'm down there. The only thing is when I'm writing my note, what I'm doing is I'm letting them know what my skills are and what I do. I didn't really tell them that I was down there for this healing mission. And I wonder why about that all, except that's not something that people talk about, that you just get in the car and drive somewhere because you think that you're going to help this other person heal what? No, help heal the world. What do you mean, heal what? So, but when I got down there, that's not how I presented myself. I presented myself that I do these videos, I'm a tarot reader, and I help find these better stories, and it's almost like I was marketing myself for that person to see me, when I really wished I would have gone back to that moment and tell him the truth. I was down there to help him go through these healings.
Yeah, about the connection that
Right.
you felt drawn to, that you guys could do some amazing healing together.
Correct. On a bigger level,
Mm-hmm.
not on my individual level or their individual level, but we could do it together.
Mm-hmm.
And why it was is because I could see how this person, because I misflip it, and what I flip around is those lower emotional feelings, those feelings that are less than whole and complete, those feelings that make us feel like we can't do something. And that other person, which is an astrologer and a tarot reader and a TV host and a celebrity and so many more things, it never even crossed my mind how big this person really is, or was, or is still. It was just a mission. I'm on a mission. I'm a Gypsy medicine woman. I'm on missions all the time. So
You just knew what you could do. You saw what he could do, and you knew together it could explode, be so much greater.
I could see that they were able to find that lower story. I mean, it's like a treasure hunt, and they could pull out the treasure of that lower story. But what I saw is they didn't have the story to flip it around to that better story, which I do naturally. And I'm going, oh, that's perfect. You bring up the crap, and I'll bring in the love.
Exactly. Complement each other perfectly. Yes.
Well, where we're actually healing the message that's going out there to the next person, whoever is receiving it. We're not just letting them know what is out of alignment. We're letting them know what's out of alignment and what do we need to do to... we give them some tools to work with to help align that area that's out of alignment instead of just telling them how shitty and crappy something is.
Yeah. Finish the process, not just let them know. Give them what they need to heal them.
Right. We want to give them the tools is what it is. But I never presented myself that way. I mean, today's probably the first time that I'm actually like going bigger. Why? To it's not just this hidden love story that's going on, because when I drove down there, I could feel some attraction towards this person, but I wasn't in any position to be attracted to the person because other situations. But anyhow, I left a note. I put it in the Dropbox, and when I did that, then his co-host came by and stopped by, and I talked to the co-host for a little bit, and they told me that he's a pretty busy man and he has a pretty full schedule, but they would try to fit me in, and I was down here for a week because my daughter goes to school in this area, and in 3 days, they messaged me back and said that he was too busy, he was way booked out and too far out, and so he couldn't see me, right? So I went back home, and I never really thought about that too much more. I just kept going on in my journey and moving forward and making more videos and getting more practice in it. I've been, putting my business plan together, pieces to pieces. I remember, I'd go to Kathy at first, and I would say, hey, how do I do this, and how do I do that, all on the internet, and now today she's going, no, Cynthia, how do you do this and how do you do that? Because, there was no stopping me.
Yeah. That's one thing I saw. You said what you wanted to do, and you did it. You've done so much just over these past, a year and a half? Year and a half or so, 2 years, yeah.
Year and a half, it's really been, year and a half has been really moving forward.
Yeah.
So... Then about a year ago, it's my whole life changed, where I'm alone, and I got to invest in me more. It was like, that's why I'm alone, is because I needed to keep investing in this, is because it's a mission of mine. It's not like I can just shut this part down. I can't tear this part out of me. And as I keep moving forward, I still need to hook up with this person, right? But what I did know is me showing up at their place doing those business hours. I guess they're not open for the public doing those business hours. And I was somewhere along there considered a stalker.
It happens. Happens to the best of us.
I really thought I was going to I feel like an innocent bystander. I was going there to
a business.
To a
talk
business.
to them about business.
Yes. No, I'm a stalker, so. And the person, they have a lot of followers, so I understand how they can come to that conclusion and how that has happened. They've been doing this business for, I don't know, probably 10 years plus. I'm not 100% sure. I know that's pretty close. To accuracy, it might be 9 years, I don't know. Part of me knows, but so I laughed that off. So it was about a year later from the first time I was homeless, and I needed a place to live, and I go, I'm going to move down to Irvine area. And everybody goes, oh, yeah, not knowing my story. But all along my journey through this hidden love story I have going, I've had people support my journey. All the way. I'm all in, like they already know that this hidden love that's going on within the story is happening. Even if I go into doubt, they go, oh no, Cynthia, you're not allowed to go into doubt. Look at this sign, and look at this sign, and look at that sign. I'm going, okay, well, I'm going to still trust the universal signs.
Yeah. Way too many of them, and way too crazy to not follow it, to not believe them.
Yeah, and so before I actually moved down here, I was doing a reading with Kathy asking if this person was thinking about me too.
Yep. I remember the night. we were just sitting in the car chatting, and she pulls out her cards.
and the one card in my 26 decks of cards I have flew out to give me the clearest answer that the answer is definitely yes.
Yeah.
And then we also were talking, because this person does tarot readings too, and they do it live on their show. And they have some. They do this tarot reading, and I'm going, no, he's just telling the hurtful story. He needs somebody to come in to tell the happy story. Mm-hmm. I'm going, I need to be in there to flip the cards around, to flip on top of his cards to let him know what that happy story is within that lower story.
Exactly.
And I think it was 3 days later, they had another person on their show. So now we have 2 men on the show. And that other man was to do the happy side.
Yeah, yeah.
And I looked at Kathy, no way, he didn't just replace me with a dude now, did he? I go, nobody can be happy like me. How in the world are you going to put, a semi-happy person in my spot?
Exactly. I'm like, that's supposed to be you right there.
Yeah. So, and this is, have I ever met this person before that time? Yes. Once. A year prior to my drive. And my mother had just passed, and I was there for a whole nother reason in that business, at that location. That's why I didn't think anything was wrong with me showing up, doing business hours.
Mm-hmm.
What can I say?
I don't know.
Miss Innocent, is that the blonde in me, or is that just the way life is?
I'm not sure. Like,
oh, yeah, you're blonde too, so I don't know.
Somebody help us.
Help. No, I think that's the best part of us, though,
Yeah.
Just being, like, a little dumb about it, I'm too innocent to know any better.
We bring the good into every situation.
But the person actually approached me within their business and gave me a piece of lavender rock.
Lava rock.
Lava rock, there we go. And again, I was really closed at that time. And we both had different situations that we were in the middle of that we couldn't possibly hook up that time, or the time that I drove here. We couldn't hook up then because, there were other things in the picture. Yeah. And then a year ago, other things started shifting and moving out of the way. They were already moving out of the way big time for him, but they started moving out of the way for me. So now we both...
It's like you're on the same path.
Yeah, it is. Huh.
In this kind of situation at the same time, and that. And that's what a lot of the signs that happen have shown too. That you guys are kind of like a mirror.
Right,
on a very similar path.
Well, when I first got down
Same
here, I was at a bread and breakfast, and I went outside, and the moon is up. It was a full moon, and the full moon had a circle around it, right? And then it was like 10 minutes later, this person's going live on their show, and they have a circle around them. I'm just like,
yeah.
How is that? I mean, the universe is showing me the circle around the moon, and 2 minutes later, I'm going onto their program, and they have this circle around them, and I just go, I'm just like in shock that the synchronicity.
Yeah, and it'd be one thing if it was one thing, or 2, or 3, or 4, or 5, but literally, how many
I can't even count.
Synchronicities would you say?
I'm
not kidding. Like, I would say, I'm not kidding or exaggerating. I would say thousands. Right?
I get at least 20 a day, right?
Yeah.
So for 365 days times 20.
Yeah.
We can do that. So what's that? 10,000. messages.
Yeah, it's a lot. Like, not kidding. So that's where it you just can't deny it.
You can't ignore it.
Yeah, yeah.
And through this journey, it's been a really interesting journey because besides all the signs, which we're not going to all talk about all of those signs in this,
Don't worry.
in this video, because
sign number 3
was I want to go back to April of this year, because I'm following him, trying to figure out how I'm going to meet up to him, because I know I can't go to the business of the door, and knock at the door, because I don't want to be a stray. I don't want to be a stalker again. I am his stray, I guess, but I'm not the stalker. I'm only stray because he doesn't know who I am, so I'm that wandering cat.
Well, he knows now.
Yeah.
He didn't quite know back then, but
No.
he's knowing more.
I think he knew
Yeah.
a long time ago, but
Yeah.
he didn't really know who I am.
Yeah.
So anyhow, it was in April that him and his co-host were on their program, on his program, and they were talking, and I'm really wanting to run into him or meet him somewhere, not really just run into him. I want to really have this conversation with him. And I see him say something on the show that they're going to go down to the beach and his co-host goes, you want to do that? You want to do that? And all of a sudden when he said that, I'm getting a hold of Kathy. I go, it's now, it's go time.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
Because you were out and about, right?
yeah, I was out and about. I wasn't even dressed. I mean, a lot of days I'm dressed so, if I run into somebody that I'm dressed appropriately. But this day I was, just out and about and didn't care how I was dressed that day. And it was like, I'm hearing that they're going to go down to the beach somewhere that I could possibly go see if I could, catch up with them. Not in any wrongdoing way, just because the universe has been lining me up for this to happen, right? That day I went to the store and got a new dress, got some makeup and perfume or whatever. I don't know if I got perfume, but I got quite a bit of things. I went out to the parking lot and I changed out in the parking lot. Yeah, because it's happening. I mean, it's go time. I mean, they're getting ready to leave the shop and go down to the beach, and I got to hurry up and get there, right? And that day was so intense because I'm changing and I'm getting dressed, and then I'm going with my car, and I got my GPS on. The car takes me this whole weird way to the beach. And I tell you, if it didn't take me that weird way, I don't know if I would have ever bumped into him. Mm-hmm. But I remember getting a hold of Kathy on that day, and I'm going, he's going to the beach, he's going to the beach. And she's going, oh, no, this isn't happening.
Yeah.
And then I would send messages through his phone, hoping that he gets them, because he has never really personally responded to me saying, oh, blah, 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 blah. Never personally back to me besides the very first time when I was declined. He don't know what he's declining of, but that's okay. I don't want to really put any emphasis or pressure on that, because everything is divinely guided.
Yeah. And the thing is, it makes sense to us, and we understand that, we've talked about, it's not like someone who lives down the street. You can't expect the same things from him as you do from, some guy who just lives down the block or something.
He's a celebrity.
Yeah, there's
and you don't want to be used, you don't want to be abused, you need to be cautious, you need to be careful of who you're attracting into your life.
So it makes sense that he's careful and doesn't just jump right, on something or this or that. He has to probably observe and
make sure it's the right fit.
Yeah, and do everything that he's doing, so it does make sense.
Well, because he's on a mission and I'm on a mission, and we need to be on the same mission together, and he can't just let anybody come into his missionary work.
Exactly.
But the divinely timing stuff is the growth that's happening between that time till now. On that day at the beach, I did run into him. But the only way I found him were signs that the universe had already showed me prior to that moment for me to locate him on that day at that beach.
Yeah.
It was like I had a sign that showed up to me on the first month that I was here at the B&B that had a name and a number on it. And that name and number is what led and guided me to the part of the beach I was. Mm-hmm. And then there was this this black truck that looked like his truck that was actually my clue to find him. And that truck, it had a big old trailer on the back of it, and then that trailer was a glass trailer. Inside that glass trailer, you could see inside. There was a bright yellow Jeep, and I'm riding right, but I go, oh, he's right over there, not knowing I could not see him. I just sensed it because I'm driving right next to a truck that is like his, which there's not very many, because he has this particular type of truck. Without me having to reveal who this person is on live, because I don't want to, incriminate anybody.
But yeah, the beach is big. You could have went all
could
kinds
go
of
anywhere.
different places, but the signs,
I could
the
have still
things that to you are signs of him,
led
her
me
to
to
the
him.
exact spot
Right.
that he was at the exact time.
Right. Now, I could have showed up at the beach and still not be able to find him, right?
For sure.
And I'm there less than 5 minutes because I saw the person's truck, and I'm outside my truck, and I'm outside my vehicle, and I'm peeking around over at the truck, and making sure it's the right truck, and I'm going, yeah, it's the right truck, and then all of a sudden, the truck starts from a distance, so I'm really looking in like this, thinking somebody's in there, and then all of a sudden I realize nobody's in the truck, and I go, that mother effer, knowing that they started the truck from a distance. And I know that they're playing with me, right? That was my my internal thing. And we ran into each other or whatever, and I think I called his name, and he goes, do we know each other? And I'm going, I didn't even think about what I was going to say to him at this point, because it's been such a journey up to that moment.
You weren't expecting that to even come up that night.
But I did ask the universe that day, can you just let us meet?
Oh, wow.
I did. I said it out loud. I said, can you just let us meet each other? And that day, we met on that very day.
Wow.
Yes, it is. It is a journey. Okay, so I got to talk to him for about 5 minutes because he was down there recording with his crew. And I'm trying to hurry up in 5 minutes or less, let him know who I am, what I'm down here for, why all of this, but it's like I couldn't get it all out in one breath.
Yeah.
And by this time, I also have gained a love infatuation for the person, even though the person's also allowing myself to learn to love my life even more and bigger. So as I'm going through this journey, I'm not getting lost if I ever got declined or denied through my vision.
Yeah.
Right? So I've been protecting my soul, saying, I've been living this happy, childlike journey where I felt like a teenager at the beach running into your first love, right? And at my age, my first love, no, it's not, but it is.
That giddy, excited.
It's like something I never really got to
Yeah,
experience
really.
when I was then. I get to experience later in life. Woohoo, so life didn't let me miss out, right?
Yeah.
So he told me, well, why didn't I call? Because I wanted to be on their show, right? And I said, why don't I call and leave them a message on the number that's on the web page? And so I came home that night.
What did he say to call yourself? Did he say to call yourself
He called me the beach girl.
The beach girl, yeah.
Yeah.
He said just say it. Did he say something like to say it's from the...
From the beach. He says he wouldn't remember my name as Gypsy Medicine Woman, or he never heard of me before, but
So he'll call you the beach girl.
Yeah, to call myself the beach girl, right.
Yeah.
And so it was 1 o'clock that night. I made the call. I know, what a time to call, right? But those are his normal...
Those are his hours, and your hours, too.
Yeah, those are his normal working hours. Those are his normal waking hours, let me put it that way. Because I don't know what his normal working hours are. They are late, but what normal is, I don't know what normal really is, but, we just follow. And I'm not really a true follower of his. I'm destined. I mean, I'm not one that's like watching over his stuff all the time. Like, I gotta know what's going on next. Oh, look at that hot dude. Oh, check him out. Oh, I'm not that follower.
It's just on a spiritual, energetic level. You feel that strong connection that someday you guys will be
right
doing work for the world together and who knows what.
Correct.
More.
So after we met at the beach and after my phone call, and I don't even know how the phone call works. I wish I recorded it, but I didn't. And I don't know if I sounded like I was in love with him on that phone call or if I was there on a mission or what. I have no idea what I said. But within 3 weeks, it's like he blocked me.
Boom.
from his Instagram channel. Yeah, I started sharing too much of my signs to him. The signs that I was getting, I was sharing with him to show him that we were destined to meet. And I guess it was too many signs.
He took it again as like
A stalker?
a stalker type way.
Yeah.
And
And
but it's not just, that's different. That's like if it's you and in your head and you're thinking all this stuff, but you have like the universe. I've been there with you. I've been there with her the whole time. Like, not the whole time.
But through the
throughout
whole
the
journey.
journey. Yeah. And I can say myself that if I was you, I'd be thinking and doing the exact same thing because it's not things that you come up with or try to find.
No.
Like, how many times has one of those synchronicities come up when it's not even where you're wanting to go or what you're wanting to do? You end up somewhere else or someplace else, and then it's
like
an
yesterday?
obvious. Yes, it's an obvious sign right in front of your face. Yes, let's tell the story.
Yeah,
of
well,
yesterday.
yesterday, okay, now we're going way up front. You know.
We'll go back in a minute.
Yeah, we'll back up a little bit. But yesterday, like, I'm going to take her to the beach, right? So, we can do some filming at the beach. And I thought that I was somewhere totally different than I was. And then when I got to Highway 1, I actually turned left instead of right, which actually took me towards Highway 5 instead of towards Huntington Beach. And
so we're going somewhere where it wasn't a plan to go.
not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all. And then there's at the place that I'm making a U-turn.
Right there in front of us.
A big, gigantic sign, bigger than my wall here, with the person's last name on it.
Huge, right in front of her face, right at the turn that we made.
Right there at the U-turn.
After going the wrong way, and right when we happened
to be talking about him.
And that was the craziest part. Yeah, no, that's what made it all like even like whoa. Yeah, it's stuff like that.
It's crazy stuff.
Okay, back to your.
Yeah, I want to get on live here. Oh, we're at 111 on the time.
What's 111? Oh, the time.
Yeah,
it's
another message, 111. We're doing this just because we're supposed to.
You happen to look at it.
Yeah, I just happened to look at it at 111.
143 is your 143.
Okay, there's the live. I just want to make sure our sound's working as our breath is being utilized.
Oh, hopefully.
Let's see. Yep, it's working.
Very cool.
Okay, now we're going to put this on quiet. Yeah, okay, so anyhow, now where were we on the story now? Oh, he blocked me, right?
Yeah, right.
That's
yeah,
where we
yeah.
were, right?
Uh-huh.
Right. Well, you know what? That really devastated me at first. It was like, because I didn't realize why was he blocking me? People love me. People like hanging out with me. They love to hear the things I have to say. So why is this one person that I want to meet, that the universe is leading and guiding me to, blocking me? What happened is, I'm Miss Flip It, and I'm flipping the emotional feelings around into better, and I went through this emotional journey with this person that I haven't really met, where we've been able to even have more than a 5-minute conversation that we didn't really get to know anything about each other, is I just got lost. So where I'm at with my story.
Like just thinking about like how I think you were gonna say why
Oh, the emotions. Okay, the emotions came through because they blocked me, and my emotions came up. It was like, like through rejection, through it was almost like lack less than. It's, I couldn't figure out why this person was declining me so much, and then all of a sudden because I'm Miss Flip It and I'm a Gypsy medicine woman, I'm a healer. I'm going, what do? I heal those lower emotions. So I'm going, and what I do know is when somebody's projecting something on you, like you did something wrong, that is their story, not mine.
Yeah, it's about that.
And I was going, oh, it's their story. I don't have to be mad. But if I'm feeling it, what part of that story is mine that I can rewrite the story so I can get well off of his story. So I'm going to make sure he benefits me in one way or another,
And that's what she does.
So I got well from that story of him breaking up with me.
And focused on your own stuff. She got a lot done right after that. Major stuff done.
I wrote a book.
It's on Amazon.
It's called FlipN Your Emotional Stories Around to Better.
Buy it. Check it out.
It's
Change
5-star
your life.
rating.
Yes.
That's how there we go. And so next it was going to be this event that was in Utah that Kathy and I were going to go to. But when I knew about the event and I knew that this person was going to be at the event, when the tickets came up, well, I'm sure I was one of the first people to buy the tickets through that person, right?
What about the timing on that? Was it interesting timing?
Yeah, it's like I heard them talking about it on their live show. The moment I heard them talking about it, I went to go buy the ticket, and when I went to buy the ticket, it's 4:11 at my time when I buy the ticket, but when I printed the ticket out,
she looks at it, and it is
11:11. And the phone goes ding.
We're not crazy. No, really. Imagine that all day long, every day, stuff like that. That's how it is.
Well, you know how many times I'm recording or doing something and that's him beeping there in my show? But that wasn't this time, so.
Oh, that would have been neat.
Yeah, well, it happens constantly.
It does.
And so anyhow, the Utah event, I needed my co-host to go with me, and I wasn't going to go alone now. Not after the beach event,
Yeah.
I did that alone. It was pretty, it was exciting but nerve-wracking for both of us.
Explain that the Utah event, so he's going to be
doing his work at the event, so we're buying tickets through him, to go there so we could watch him, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It was the simplest thing to put together.
Yeah.
I got the ticket. It was 11:11. I'm asking Kathy if she'd go with me, and that means an airline ticket. That means getting her dogs taken care of. That means getting someone to watch her child for the amount of time that we're going to be gone, and that's major.
It was a lot of stuff, and she asked me if I would be able to go with her, and something in me said, like, yeah, this is where I'm going to go. We're going to be going. And I was like, okay, I'll go. I don't know how anything is going to work out at all or how I'm really going to be able to, but yeah, okay, I'm doing this with you. And yeah, everything worked out so easily and perfectly. And
everything simple. It was like
simple
click,
and
click. We're making this happen. We're making this happen.
And that's how things happen when it's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. It comes together effortlessly.
It was very effortlessly.
So we get there.
Oh, so this now in June we get there, right? Oh yeah, we're just go right on forward to getting there because we want to talk about when we arrive.
Yeah.
Because there are so many things in between the first story and the second story and the third story that we're telling you mini to script.
Yes. And at this event, by the way, he's doing the one we're talking about is doing like a presentation type thing there, but the whole event isn't about him. There's so much more to it.
Right.
So many huge musicians and so many other things. a part
Yeah,
of it.
there are 4 stages that we're going to be playing for the constant 4 days, and he had one of the stages that he was going to play out for maybe 4 hours, 2 hours. I don't know. He had a stage for 4 hours.
So he was one of the
many
there, and there was many, and
right.
We pull up.
So we pull up, and where we pull up is next to the restroom, and we still got to go down the hill a little ways to get to the check-in booth, right? And so my co-host, she's in going potty, and we have, excuse me, I just, I have to tell the story as it is, it's fact, We have somebody walking up before we even get there. My car is very noticeable because in this journey, somewhere along the line, I heard somebody tell me to put a pink stripe on my car, and then I went to get I need to back up a little bit because the different things that happened when I got down here, like when I was looking for a motorhome trailer, he was looking for a motorhome trailer.
Yeah.
When I was going to get my teeth fixed, major work done, he was having his teeth examined. When I went to get my windows tinted in my car, he went and had his windows tinted in his car. It's like, I'm like, how is this happening?
She'd be doing something or just finished something, and then she's online, and it pops up that's what he's in the middle of doing.
Correct.
Over and over and over. So many things.
So, and then I finally got a place to live instead. So now we can go skip up. So what happened with my car, I think I heard it on his site somewhere where he mentioned, having a pink stripe on my car. Maybe that would make it so he could find me easier. I don't know. But I was getting my windows tinted. That's why we had to back up a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, because it's important. Yeah. And when I got it tinted, they had these different colors that you could put on your car. Like it's not a paint. It's like a tape, I guess.
Like a decal type? No, a wrap.
Yeah, it's a wrap. So I was looking at the different colors of the wrap. Just not really anything in mind at all, not the stripe or anything. And the owner comes out. This is where the universe talks to me. I'm living my life because the universe is leading and guiding me, right? She comes out and she goes, you ought to put a bright pink stripe on that car. And I looked at her and I said, let's do it. Just simple like that. And that became probably one of the best things I did because that car became my marketing tool.
Yeah.
Nobody was coming up to me or saying hi or anything. Being down here in this big area with everybody having a black car, tons of black cars. But I'd put that pink stripe on there, and I would now have minimum 5 people a day approach me as long as I'm out and about in my car, right? So now we showed up at the event. The person that I'm talking about is not the only person that's at that event.
And it's just not even like, oh, there's a few others. It's like he's literally one part of many.
Right.
So, and many big ones too, big people.
Where a lot of people went to their event. So when I pulled up and I'm waiting for her to come out of the bathroom, somebody down there at the check-in part walked all the way up to my car.
Which, first of all, why would they?
Yeah, we're wondering why.
Way
because
up from the check-in booth to where we're going to the restroom.
Yeah, we wanted. Well, maybe they wanted to see if you had enough toilet paper.
They didn't ask.
But what did they ask?
They said, so. Oh, do you want me to say the name?
Sure. Oh, I don't want you to say the person's name.
Okay, so they said, so, you girls here to see beep. And how would they know that is who we're there to see? Kind of interesting.
Because I had the pink stripe on the car.
That doesn't make sense, does it?
Yeah, because by now, of all this stuff, I mean, the pink stripe on the car reveals who I am, and the person that I'm talking about, yes, the person I'm talking about is madly in love with me already. Shh, shh, I don't know this. Shh, shh, I didn't say that. Shh. And so everybody else knows that he has an interest in me, and so he's stalking me.
Yeah.
Isn't that right? I can say that now because he's called me a stalker many times.
Yeah.
And he shut me down, so I can call him.
He's a real stalker.
But in a good way. He's checking me out, making sure I'm the perfect fit, right?
So basically, it's like this person that came up to us had been talked to about us
Must have
coming
been.
to the
Right.
event and
Right.
what your car would look like.
Right.
Because
And
they walked right up and
They right.
knew that
Oh
you
well.
were there for
Oh,
that
who are you
person.
here to see? Blah 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 blah. And I said, of course. And they go, well, everybody's after him. Blah 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 blah. And I go, well, I'm not just everybody. I am the one because I'm on a mission that I've been led and guided to, and we're supposed to meet. We're supposed to hook up.
And from the event, what I saw,
They said all the girls are after this one. Well, at the event we were at, all the girls were not after this one.
Yeah,
Maybe the girls that were within his circle, but when the whole event as a whole, that wasn't a true statement. So it's like, So what happened at the event was I actually, because I have already been shut down pretty much, I went there to flaunt, to show him I'm not just anybody, because by now I want this person to choose me. I'm not gonna
and also that you didn't get
upset about
what happened, that you're still good and living.
Well, because I trust in
life
divine
and-
timing, and I trust in the purpose of it. I learned so much by that happening. It happened for a reason. And that reason was a major growth cycle that both of us needed to go through. He was a little bit, had too much egotistical stuff still going on, yeah.
But you're better now. Wink,
Yeah,
wink.
definitely. He's gotten over so much of it. I was like so impressed and so proud. And the universe is making sure I'm protected as much as the universe is making sure they're protected, right? And there's a lot of details I'm going to leave out, but at the event, every time I was in front of this person's event, they could not take their eyes off of who? Me?
You.
Really?
You, yes.
Me?
Right?
Aw.
There would be people everywhere, and it's like focused right at you.
Mm-hmm. That was so cool. It made me feel so like loved. But
And there was this other part when he was doing his presentation. Can we say it was DJing and stuff?
yeah, we're gonna do the DJ.
So he
'cause
was
danced.
DJing and playing the music, and there was quite a few people there, but it was interesting because you were dancing out there and dancing by him and everywhere, and it's like almost like everybody else
Was
gave
back.
you the space,
Right.
as if that was
I had the dance
your
floor to
in
myself.
his space. It was almost like her and
And the DJs.
person were dancing together.
Yeah.
And everybody else
The
respected
DJ
that
was
as
playing.
though-
Yeah, the DJ was playing his stuff, and I was at the front and center stage dancing away. And nobody was up in the front and center stage with me, and I was up there for a good hour.
Yeah.
I was dancing almost a good hour. It was like even though others are dancing, they're way back there in the
Yeah.
back, as I'm up here in the front dancing, and we're doing our dance together. I mean, we have these moves that we kind of do alike at the same time, kind of like
Another mirror.
Yeah,
that
it is.
You dance very
And
similar.
after I left the front and center stage, what happened?
The people moved on up. It's like they respected that you guys had something.
I feel like from that moment on, I felt like he was courting me, right?
Mm-hmm.
I felt like I was being courted, and I just accepted that. I go, no, I'm being courted. But at the end of the event, this is my time that I'm there for 4 days. It's hard to imagine that I didn't really have a really good conversation with him, but I'm not gonna just throw myself all over him like they say all the other women do, because that's not what I was there for. I'm there to be chosen at this time, because it's a serious stuff. Healing isn't about me gawking over him. The healing and the missionary work comes first. But now I'm there, when I'm dancing, it's like I'm showing you who I am. When I'm sitting there in front of your audience, I'm showing you who I am. When he got done with his presentation, I went behind the stage and I touched him on his shoulder like this, right? And he he kind of looked up a little bit, and I go, I just want to let you know we're getting ready to go out to get something to eat, and his head went down.
Because he was probably expecting that you were going to ask him, you should come with us.
Yeah.
Like so many people probably do. And
Yeah.
he's used to, you know, stalkers or girls or whatever do it and stuff. And so he expected that. So you saw him kind of go down.
They're always asking him out, you know.
Mm-hmm.
They're asking him out. He's not asking them out.
Mm-hmm.
But see, I want to flip that script around. I want him to ask me out. See, yeah. So, when I touched his shoulder and I said that, I said, I really enjoyed your show. Boy, this person, their head came up, their shoulders went back, their chest went out, their chin went up, their eyes lit up, and they said,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
And then I walked away.
She didn't, she was just like letting him know, okay, well, we're going to go get something to eat and, you know, da-da-da. Just want to know I enjoyed your show. So she didn't ask him to come with us or want anything from him. She
Right.
just let
That's
him
it.
know what we were going to do and that she enjoyed his presentation. And I think he was impressed by it because
That was the peacock move.
I don't think he's used to.
I've never seen anybody
used to
respond that
yeah,
way.
I don't think he's used to girls or people being like that with him. I think he's used to people wanting something from him and
Right.
trying to get him to
Give-
just out front, you know.
Give
you
him
know,
something.
Exactly. Yeah.
So anyhow, so that event came and gone, and now I was back here in Irvine, still longing because we really didn't hook up, but yet I'm feeling pretty great about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Um,
because it went so good when the beach and the blocking incident had happened recently, right? And then and then at the festival, it was a really good experience.
Right.
Help me, I forgot exactly what I meant.
I don't know, but I remember I did go up to them. I did go up to them and ask if I could get a picture with them because they were taking pictures with other people, and they said what they said to me. Nice to see you again.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. I was going to say he got to see you there in your more natural state
Right.
instead of at the beach when she was flustered and she had no idea
Right.
what was happening and had that nervous teenage girl feeling
Right.
and didn't come across the way she maybe wanted to or really is. So at the festival, he got to see her how she is.
Right.
And another thing that was really neat is he got to see you interacting with people and
With his people.
yes, and how much people like you. Everybody was like asking her to
Do a reading?
do card readings, and we sat on a blanket. Everybody came and sat and talked with us, and were laughing with us.
And sometimes I go around with the cards, and I was reading the cards as I was up
Mhm.
dancing around.
Mhm.
I remember one of the girls, she was just learning how to read the cards, and before she left, I went up to her and I said, I just want you to remember when you're reading the cards to make sure you
Yeah.
continue on looking for the good story, the better story, because if you're
Mm.
looking for the bad story, you better know how to flip that story around,
yeah.
you know. Because it's not all, I mean, if we're looking for the bad, we've got to be looking for the bad with a purpose.
Mhm.
So if we're looking for the bad, we're going to be looking for the bad so we can take something, so we can take care of it,
Exactly.
not to drill it in.
Yeah. Not to just find it and stay there, because then you're stuck in that.
Oh, I wanted to tell everybody before I started the show, I actually let my cards fall out, and the cards that I came out was, you are adored, life is solid, but this is why we really had to go on. It says, live your love story now, today. Live your love story today.
All the cards.
Out of all the cards,
Yeah.
I mean, I have 27 plus decks of cards, and with this deck, I have 50 in that deck. But for the one card to come out to tell me to live my love story today, it says go live. Just do it. Get the story out. Since then, I ended up making. I did make a fake. Oh no.
Shh.
I did not. I didn't do that.
Yeah, anyway.
I didn't. Okay, I didn't do anything fake.
Yeah, she meant, what did you mean?
I meant to say, since then, I took a schooling class to teach me about
silly Cynthia. sounds so like.
Oh, I was thinking about the fart that happened. That's all.
Oh, we could tell that story. It's so cute.
You think so?
Or not? No.
What? You think
Maybe
I should
later.
Maybe I should tell him that in person
Yeah,
one
yeah,
day
yeah.
when he's
Yeah,
telling
yeah,
me
yeah.
the story and I get to tell him.
Yeah, we have
the
a
truth.
really funny story, but we gotta save that for
Another show, yeah.
Okay.
So when I came back, it's like a part of me was waiting for us to hook up or to meet up, but what happened is life was started throwing a lot of obstacles his way because he had a lot of growing up to do, let's just say. And they weren't easy obstacles. I mean, he started losing workers and real
Followers and a lot of stuff.
followers and real lives, and it was sad. I mean, when he lost someone that it was very dear and close to them, I grieved with him. I mean, for 4 weeks, I was like out of it because I felt like we were on the merge of meeting because through the social media, he would post something and I would pick up on it and I would post something to let him know I'm interested, that I picked up on what he was posting, and there was like this hidden love story going on between his post and my post, and I felt like this connection was getting ready to happen, and then we had someone pass and it devastated our moment at that time, but it didn't end it. It just paused it. And the pausing period had to do with much growth. So much growth has taken place in that pausing period. It's just crazy. Even up to yesterday, we were having growth. Even this morning, why I just had major growth. It was like, oh, I can see why this happened, I can see why that happened, and I can see why that person did this, and I know why this, and it's like nobody's being left behind. Because there's been a lot of people in my life that I've had to kind of push back a little bit to have this, fantasy land of a dream kind of come to surface or come true. Because it's too much. They can't understand how I can be living this life the way I am. I must be all in my head, but I'm not in my head at all. That's the funny thing, right?
Yeah, and that's where I come in. I've seen it, a lot of it too, and I'm also big on
Universal science.
Yeah, from the universe myself, and I've seen how things go following them, and I've learned that they really show you the path to be on and where you're supposed to go, and what we're supposed to do. So especially when it's a lot,
Right.
And just ones that there's no way it could just be a little coincidence. I've learned.
So doing this journey, even up till now, what I'm doing is I'm growing myself bigger online, more in a business-like way, presenting myself. I've written a book from the time that I met him at the beach. I've made my own deck of cards. They're not up for market, but it's a limited edition. It's one deck. It's called Your FlipN Cards. And I've gotten a mastermind certificate. I went through a mastermind course where I could do a mastermind class, and I also took a TV hosting program. And when I was taking that, it's like I knew just what I needed to do. I needed to do because I'm not waiting. Because he's going through his journey in life, and he has to deal with the loss, and I have to deal with not knowing where the whole story is going, and I have to still take care of my life. And so I'm going, I got to become a TV host. I got to be a TV host because he's a TV host, and we can be doing a TV host program together now. But the funny thing is I never really thought I was going to be doing this part without him. I thought I was going to be on his show, being the TV hosting with him or whatever. I couldn't ever even see the whole picture. But this is where the universe really comes in. The universe led and guided me to this TV hosting program. The universe led and guided me to have the person down here, so I have a personal tech person to help me out. I have a couple people either that are here in the area to build my computer for me. The timing was impeccable. There are things that have been put together for me that I had no I didn't know way to comprehend how it had to be put together to allow my TV show to happen. And the universe has been providing it with ease. This is what you need.
Yeah.
We got the person right here. You need this. We got the person right here. You need this. We got the person right here.
Exactly. Everything showed up exactly
Right.
when you needed it.
And now I've done 2 months live, 8 programs live now for 2 months. I have done 8 programs every Monday night at 9:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's Your Hidden Love Story. And it's really been the hit.
Yeah, it's really neat. It's really fun. She has a live chat on there, so everybody jumps on and is talking with each other and talking with her, and she talks with us, and we learn a lot and share a lot. And
I think
pretty
it's neat
awesome.
because I've done so much healing with many of the people in the chat. Then I see the people in the chat passing the healings that I've taught them on to the people within the chat. I'm going, oh, look at my people, work with my people. So now I have 2 months under my belt, and what I feel is more strong. I feel more whole. I feel more complete. I feel more aligned to actually hook up with him. And what's happened to him is he's had to deal with a lot of those lower feelings. And I did send him a copy of my book so he could, read my book, FlipN Your Emotional Story, around to better, to, hopefully that he had a chance to read it to help him with his journey. It's like we're 2 warriors that are healers, and we're healing each other from a distance so we can come together. But I've been I think I started saying that about after what happened at the beach thing. That's what came about, was going on. That we're 2 healers that are helping each other heal from a distance. And I believe he's attached, he knows that I'm the other half now. I can't 100% say that, but that is soon to be revealed. We do have an event that he's putting on that I get to go to. Yeah, I probably bought the first ticket there too. Probably. I'm not, wasting any more time. I'm not wasting any time.
Which is interesting because I was going to go with her to it, and
then we have the universe get in the way and move things around.
yeah, so that there was basically no way for me to go to it, and then it all made sense. Without me going to it, she will be perfecly available for him to come up and talk to, approach her, whatever, a lot easier.
I won't have the crowd around me. I won't have my emotional support person next to me.
I think it's for good reason. So I think.
Yeah. Well, the universe lines things up that way.
Yeah, it knows what it's doing.
Yeah. So the event just got put. How the universe provides, and her being here right now at this moment had to do with it. Was simple for her to come here.
Yeah.
And so when things changed around, it's like we were trying to change everything around, and that was complicated, right? And then I said, forget it.
It didn't feel right. So
I said, let's not do complicated.
Yeah.
Just come. We're going to continue living life like, we were supposed to live life regardless. And so we've been having fun.
Yes.
We've done lots of things.
We've gotten in trouble.
Yeah, I had eight security guards approach me yesterday. 8.
We didn't even do anything wrong.
No, nothing.
8 in one day.
8 in one day.
Who does that?
I think it's the beauty that's radiating from us, that they have to.
Did you put a story about that on your Facebook
I put it on my
channel,
Facebook. I
You
did.
should go read the story. It's really cute and really funny. What is it on? On Facebook?
It's on Facebook on Cynthia Toet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's public.
Yeah, she wrote a little story out about it, and it's cute.
I'll have to go tag it. Security guards.
Oh yeah.
I just posted that last night. That was last night.
I think so. Yeah.
It's so crazy. So so Kathy and I, we've been having fun, and it's like she's here to help me because it's been a long journey to here. And I've had to have a lot of patience. I had to keep believing in my own fairy tale happy ever after story
Yeah.
that person wishes for.
And only every once in a great while she goes, well, maybe not. And I just go, whap, whap. And
everybody does. I mean, no, well, the ones that don't are the ones that, there's others that don't know what expansion is when you're growing and expanding, and they kind of like, you can't do this, or, you're wasting your time. And I'm going, how can I be wasting my time? I'm having the funnest time in my entire life.
Yeah, I see the happiness and the joy and the growth and all, however it goes, no matter what.
Right, there's no obligation
done and how far you've come and everything.
There's no obligation from this other person, because I tell you what, if they don't want me, I don't want them.
But if they do, amazing things could happen. Have you ever heard of synergy? So that's when, Cynthia on her own is like, what? And then this other person on their own is like, the other person on their own is also like, what? Right? But then when you put them both together, it's not just wah and wah.
We're going to be bouncing off. We will be bouncing
synergy.
off each other. Yeah, we will be bouncing off each other in a good way, meaning that our ideas are going to to what we can do alone, to what we can do together, will be so much different. It's still recording. I don't know.
I think it is. It's probably just
the internet connection.
Yeah.
Now it has 144 in my apartment room up there. That's what time it is now.
Yeah. So anyway, so together it's like, it's not just her, it's not just him. It's together. It can do way more good and everything for the world than each of them apart. Like, and not just added together. Like, because coming together creates so much more, especially the way she is and the way he is and what they both can bring to it all.
What we both have to offer.
Yeah, it's like the perfect complementing
energies.
I'm getting chills. Chills.
She
don't
like me touching them.
To touch my chills.
I want to feel them.
Stop
I know. Now my dog says, I want to be in the show. You want to see?
Naya is a teacher and a healer herself. Naya.
Yeah, I think that person's spirit comes into my dog, so that person thinks it can lay next to me in the bed, because my dog will come and push on me.
And pant really hard.
Yeah, very hard.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, you can go now. Come on, get him. Yeah, we get too much of his energy around him.
Go get that.
And my dog thinks that she's him.
There you go.
You never know what's going to come out on the show, right? You never know. So, here, time's getting close to us actually getting to meet each other again.
She's awful calm about it.
That's because I've had to go through the journey. The journey, it's been a year of constant, like, I think it's going to be soon. I think it's going to be soon. And it's like, I finally got to the point I stopped getting ready. Because, you don't know how many times I cleaned my house to a certain T because I knew we were going to meet. I knew it was just going to happen this week. And nothing.
And here it is.
And so I can't allow the excitement to take my breath away, is where I'm at. Even though the day before and the day of, I'm probably going to be like, County, where are you now? Which dress did we say I was going to wear? No, this isn't right. This is wrong. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
And will I be on time?
I already feel majorly excited for you and a little bit of nervousness. I'm going to be like glued to my phone that day. Text me the deets.
My hidden love story is because a lot of my story has to stay hidden. Because it's not out in the open, really. And I can't afford this much doubt in it. None. Because doubt destroys. Fear kills dreams. And I tell you what, I read cards and I can only find the better story. My cards for 2 months says this is happening.
Yeah, it's the same story, right?
Same story.
Over
There's
and
the
over.
10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, Two of Cups, the Four of Wands, which is union coming together. We got the Emperor and the Empress.
And the king and the queen of different things
Oh,
always
yeah.
together.
Of the same suit, the king and queen of the same suit, and the lovers.
And there's so many cards in the deck, and it's like those ones over and over telling
There's
the same
78
story.
cards in every deck, and it's like, okay, I'm going to do one on one deck, and then I'm going to put that deck aside, and I'm going to do another one, and the same cards are coming up. And or like I could do a reading for Kathy, and then I can come back and do a reading on me and going, okay, where's my man at? How's he emotionally today? And you know, a soulmate will pop out.
And it's like not that way maybe for the other person she's doing. It could be a different story, but once she goes back to her
my story,
hidden love story, it's the same thing. The coming together, the
Right.
soulmates,
It even has to do with my group of people and his group of people helping this connection happen. And that's happening. Actually, I have his group of people kind of supporting my story, rather they really know about the full story or not. And it's kind of really neat.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I don't know the story like you know the story, but they'll tag me on stuff that's like, that's a hit. That's a hit.
We should tell them about the names.
Oh, you mean like, okay, like I find signs all the time. And like one day, I went somewhere because the universe told me to go somewhere, right? And that day, I saw universal signs 0 all the way to 9. I meant 0, 0, 0, 3 zeros, 3 ones, 3 twos, 3 threes, all the way up to 9, right? All the numbers, all in the same day. And I'm just like, And then it got so the universal signs were showing me 7 4s, 7 7s, 7 8s. It's like, okay, what about it? What if I don't know how to read numbers?
Yeah.
So now what's the universe do? It puts names, a direct hit of the name of the person.
Yeah.
Right there on the license plate says blah 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 with a heart. I go, oh.
Like on our way to this really pretty Christmas light show we were going to the other night, on the freeway, and what squeezes right in front of us.
They go like this,
right in front of us.
They have to zoom in front of us to show us.
And it's in our face, is a license plate with the name of someone who's very significant
One
to
of
this
his
story,
followers.
one of his people. That makes sense and means a lot. It's right from her face. Is that the one that had a heart?
Yeah, that one
on
had
it
a heart
too?
too. It had a name and a heart.
Yeah, it had that person's name and a heart.
His name and a heart was right outside of my home.
Yeah.
I'm driving by my home.
Oh, yes.
And his comes up right there in front of my home.
Yeah.
And I'm just going, okay, I asked the universe to give me better signs, and now it's giving me direct hit to the name that, saying you have a target.
Like, how much more obvious can...
And you think it's just the first name. No, maybe the first name is on the license plate, but that big old sign we saw yesterday was the last name. Huge!
And we're
We're
not looking for stuff either. It's like you're like not looking for cards at all, and then all of a sudden, boom, like like right in front of your face. That's how the signs are. You're not looking, you're not thinking, and boom.
And then last weekend, another person that is in his chat quite a bit, a license plate came with their, I don't know if that one has a heart on it, but it had their name on it. And I know they're not here. They live up in Canada somewhere, they're not here. And it's like, oh, they're down here at the beach. So those are just signs for me that the signs are telling me, Cynthia, we got your number. We're providing for you. Just bear with us. But I feel like we've been courting since June for sure. Even though we haven't really truly hooked up.
Yeah, there's. I guess we didn't really talk about all the things, but there's ways that we know he's let you know things. He's let you know that he's seen, right? I would say
let's say
he's seen things that
like I'm doing my show. Let's say I'm reading the cards right here, right now. Okay, I'm doing my show, right? I'm reading my cards and say the cards fall down on the ground, right? And I just go and pick them up, and I do my readings, right? And I just continue on. Okay, now that night, that person goes live on their show, and they're doing
Right after hers.
right after my show, and they're doing their reading, and some cards fall down to the ground, and they go, oh my goodness, cards are always falling down on the ground for me. And that, I have never seen cards fall down on the ground for them, ever. Doesn't mean it doesn't happen, but I've never seen it. I go, but they're making a big deal out of it that they just fell off the ground. It's like that's a synchronicity that happened, whether he's aware of it or not. But I believe he's aware of it.
And then it was like, I think it was right after that or so too. You were watching their live, and you were, remember, you were sitting there going like this on your throat.
I was. They're live right now, and I'm going like this.
She's watching him on his live. He can't see her obviously, and she's doing this.
And that's what he does. He just all of a sudden he's talking, and he's doing this at the same time. He took his hand away, and he did it 3 times within a minute or so. And I'm sitting there like, no, he can't see me. He don't know what I'm doing, but his spirit knows. Something knows. I mean, because it's like we're doing the same thing at the same time. So I got to the conclusion I don't have to worry about what he's doing or anything. I just have to look at what I'm doing. Whatever I'm doing, he's doing. Or he's pretty close to getting ready to do it. Oh, I know one of the things that happens all the time is I go wash my car. That night, he'll be posting that he washed his car. And that's happened several times. It's like, okay, what do we got? Same car wash date? What do you think?
Yeah, there's been lots of things, like so many things that I remember that he's posted, that you had just posted something similar, or that he was doing that you just did. Oh my, there's so many signs that are popping in my head that I'm remembering. There was this time when she came up to visit close to where I live, and the place she was staying at, the hotel she was staying at.
Oh, you're talking about the car?
Yes!
Okay, he has this fancy car, and the color is orange. Let's just put it that way. And the same color or car of this fancy car, the same fancy type of car, the same brand, the same name and everything. I go outside of the motel room, and they have this car that's for
on display.
On display. That's going to be on display the whole time I'm there.
She didn't know. I mean, there's no way to know, but where she's staying at, she walks out, and the car that's exactly like his, same color, everything, is the car, the one car on display right in front of that place the whole time she's staying there.
And then when I got home from there, I had to go to the pharmacy that day to pick up something, and I parked outside, and when I come back outside, there's one, same color as his car, with the black stripe right next to my car. I was like, all except I knew it wasn't his car because it was a lower model. It wasn't a higher model. But I'm going, that's the universe saying, that's the universe leading and guiding me to the source.
Yeah. Do you remember when we were coming back, when we came back from that Utah trip that we went on? I was driving a long ways, and there wasn't really any special signs on license plates or anything, right?
Yeah.
We switched places. She started driving, and boom, they all started coming up. See, that's the weird stuff that shows you. See, it's not just, all day long we're going to see that. No.
Yeah, no.
It's like right when she starts driving, I get chills again. Don't touch.
No, I will start to respect your boundaries.
It's because it's so pokey and stuff. It's like, I feel like it would feel weird if you touch, but
it's all good. It's all good.
But you can look, but you can't.
No,
touch.
I can see it. I can see that they're like,
huge, right?
Yes.
Crazy.
So we just kind of wanted to come on here and share a little bit of this funny hidden love story that I got going on my own. That actually inspired me to get on the show to do Your Hidden Love Story. And why it's your hidden love story, not my hidden love story, is because my whole journey has been a love story that's healing me. It's healing my soul. It's healing this person. It's healing this person that I know I already am. And I am that healer that knows how to go out there to heal the love within yourself. Because how else do you find that hidden love out there before you find the love within here? And so the goal of my show is to help you fine-tune that love within yourself so much that you're not longing for something out there that you can obtain in here. You actually obtain that love within here to attract that love out there.
Yeah, you're going to attract what you're feeling inside. So if you have that complete pure love for yourself inside, that's what you're going to attract.
Right. And how do I do it? Is flipping your lower emotional stories around to better. Those stories that just don't feel right. Those stories that you struggle through. Those stories that, you know, you just keep feeling like that one just keeps tripping you up. Those are the stories that, you know, when you come into my channel, you come into my show, you come into my chat, those are the stories we're working with to find that new story, to find the script that works for you. Not for me, the one that works for you, that settles within your soul, settles within your DNA, that, you know, oh, thanks for that story that you just gave me, because that old story no longer is there and no longer will ever take you under again in the same way. And so we're giving you strength. We're giving you momentum. We're actually giving you your life back. That's what I'm doing here on Your Hidden Love Story. I think that's good enough. That you think I revealed enough of my hidden secret
I think
for the
it's
day?
Perfect, because I mean the whole full story could come out pretty soon. So we just wanted to bring you guys up to date a little bit.
We could make a movie out of my story.
Yeah, she's going to someday.
Yeah, and a book, right? And a mastermind is already in the progress. But the thing is, not only a movie with my story, a movie with his involved in it. I'm getting goosebumps all in my body. For his part of the story to come in it, for it to merge together, for that story to be such a bigger story. So we can show the world that how we attracted each other into our lives is real. It happens. That's how you find true love. It's not this other way that we've been taught.
Yeah.
I'm going to love that person because they can provide for me. No, it's not. Not at all. Thank you for the confirmation. And it's not that at all. It has to do with our energy is connected. I almost, it was yesterday, I know it's this week. After this thing happened, when we were talking, it's like he's the masculine and I'm the feminine of the same soul, but we're in separate bodies. And so the masculine and the feminine need to come together to share that life experience together to this amazing, beautiful journey that creates this happy ever after fairy tale dream.
Beautiful. So
this is Cynthia Toet, Miss Flip It, your Gypsy Medicine Woman. Those are all things I say on my card reading. But that's not what this is it? No, I'm Flippin' Phils on Instagram. That's where you get to find out all about me. Yeah, because I do tarot readings, and I'm also a life coach to help find your happy story in your life to move you forward and to give you the momentum when you're stuck. And those business owners that get stuck on ideas, I'm a really good person to get you unstuck because I give you the flow that you need to keep moving forward. But for this show, it's Your Hidden Love Story with my guest, Kathleen. How do I say your last name? I know, she's been a friend for years.
Am I Kathleen Diane or Kathleen Reyes?
Kathleen Diane.
Kathleen Diane, yes.
Yes, that's right. And she has her own YouTube channel that she has started, and I feel like she's been inspired by me.
I have.
Oh, you're so sweet.
It's Real Life Reflections. It's on YouTube too. There's no spaces, Real Life Reflections. And I also, my stuff also has to do with healing and growth and self-improvement and everything. And I just share all the things that I've learned throughout my life with you guys to try to help you guys bring more peace and happiness into your lives like I have to mine.
So I'll share a little commercial that I made for her channel before I end the show, and then I'll end the show. And thank you so very much for coming to watch the channel, coming to be a part of it. And if you haven't ever been a part of it, come join in Monday night, 9:30 Pacific Standard Time.
Is today Sunday? Yes.
Today's Sunday.
So tomorrow night, 9:30 p.m. It's so fun. It's so good. Like, everybody loves it, enjoys it. And
one person came in and says, "I'm sorry, I was late to your show." It's like that would like made my heart go pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter patter.
It's really neat. I get so excited. Usually on Sundays, I'm like, "Is it on tonight? No, one more day." And then Mondays, I'm thinking about it all day long. I can't wait for it.
That clock is going tick, 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 tick.
Yes.
They're waiting.
I love it. It's exciting. It's fun. Definitely come watch it.
And this show is about finding your passion. Okay, I think that's it for now. And thank you very much for joining in. And let me see if I can find those little commercial breaks. Let's see, there's Kathleen, Diane. There we go. Till next time. And on this commercial break, we are going to talk about Kathleen Diane and her YouTube channel, Real Life Reflections. Go over there and check out her channel because she talks about accepting those lower emotional feelings, those bad ones, those ones that don't make us happy, those sad ones, those angry ones, all of those just as much as we accept those higher vibrational ones. Go over there and see how she flips her script around to a better script. Go watch her channel right now. Kathleen Diane, Real Life Reflections.